Get the club to pop when I come up with the crop. Gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with everybody. We do it. Everybody. We do it.
Rub the spot. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. Thing. What up? What's good, everybody? Choo! Here we go. Another Trap Talk session with your boy MJ. All up in the building. What's good, everybody? Gotta make sure I get my dabs in before I go live because I can't be smoking on the live no more. YouTube's watching. But if YouTube's watching, that's a good thing. So whatever. Keep watching me, YouTube. I ain't tripping. But what's good, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the comments, all the early birds, man. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Before we get started, you guys know the deal real quick. Shout out to the sponsors, Cold Blooded Cafe, www.coldbloodedcafe.com. Yo, freshest, the bestest, the tiniest to the biggest to your doorstep. I'm telling you right now, a lot of you recently have been messing with Cold Blooded Cafe, been tagging stories. I'm loving it. So keep messing with Cold Blooded Cafe. You ain't gonna go wrong. Let them know MJ sent you. If you got eggs, man, put them bad boys in a sim box. I'm telling you right now, at least get one sim box, put one clutch in there. Let me know how it goes. Okay? Let me know the success rate on that clutch. All right? Got to be eggs though. Okay? Can't be live bursts or anything. Eggs. All right? Sim containers. Make sure you check them out. And need I say more? I'm just going to put this here. Okay, here we go. We're going to move forward now, man. What's up, everybody, man? I'm going to say what up to people in the comments real quick. We've had some early birds. Genomic Labs. What's up, Jason? How are you doing, man? Jason Holbrook in the house. My man, Mac Lorenzo. What's up, Mac? I'm glad to see you, bro. I'm sure, I think, you were here last week. I'm glad you're here now. The homie Mac Lorenzo. D Bolden. What's up, D? How you doing, bro? 1776 Exotics. What's going on? What's up, Zach? All up in the building, Zach. Just one more Exotics. I know that's Reggie's homie. What's going on? Emma Vargas. What's up, Emma? D's Balls Exotics. What's going good? OG Mix 1. What's up, bro? Apex. Man, we got some people up in the building right now. Is that Matt O'Malley? O'Malley's Morphs up in the building right here? Oh, my homie Matt, man. What's up, Matt? I'm glad you made it to this live here, doggy. Oh man, Lucas, the young OG triple was in the hospital earlier this week, but recovered strong. I talked to your mom. You're good, right, Lucas? Let us know you're good, bro. I'm glad you're here. Timothy, what's up, Tim? Dorian, the Royal Clutch, what's up, bro? Man, I'm glad you guys are all here. Oh, is that Dale Richards? Dale Richards in the house, guys. Dale Richard had a interview with Joel and Adam over at Reptiles Unplugged. Dale you guys killing it, Dish, man. You got Dale. I mean, since I've been following Dale, which has been at least for the last 2 years or so, the guy has amazing stuff that he's putting out and he's producing. Make sure you go check him out. Constricted Reptiles. My homie Barry over at Thunder Magnum. Barry, is this your reptile name? Is this like your reptile business name? You gotta let me know, man. That's pretty sick. DNA Reptiles, what's up, man? All right, man. You guys are all. Oh wow, look at this. Here we go. we have a celebrity appearance here. We have Joel from State 48 Exotics. What's up, Joel? I'm glad you're here, bro. Really glad you're here. Looks like we have a choice crowd up in the building. Super excited stuff for tonight's guest, man. Before we get more further into tonight's guest and whatnot, I got one piece of mail. Really? I'm trying to put you guys on for free, and I'm only getting one piece of mail now. It was flooding in. Now I'm getting one. I'm just kidding. If you guys don't want to send me shit, I'm trying to do my part. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, it's a little thick right here. All right. So this is from No Limit Royals. Some masterpiece shit up in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So No Limit Royals sent me some cool shit. You sent me some stickers here. So, ooh, No Limit. I got it. No Limit. I thought it was like Master P No Limit, but no, it's No Limit as in like poker no limit. Like, you know what I mean? All in. I like that. No Limit Royals. Okay. I like that. You look, you got the card. What is that? Is that a pair of kings? That's a pair of kings. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If I was playing like in a poker tournament, I'd rather have a pair of kings than aces. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but pair of kings right there in the biscuit. I like that. It's cool, different style of stickers, man. I like it when somebody gives me a bunch of different types of stickers. I think it's awesome. This is really cool. This is like a wood. This is like a sticker made out of wood. So that's tight. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yep. Originality. That's what I'm talking about. Keep sending me your stuff, guys. If you guys want me to put you on the podcast and whatnot, you want to get your brand out there, you want people to see your new stick logo or whatever, hit me up. I got you. Cool. Let's see. Check. Let's see. Oh, the Patreon, man. Hey, check it out. Yo, real quick. I appreciate the people who recently joined the Patreon page I just started. It was just on a whim, and you know what, man? It's making me super happy because I kind of have some real loyal people out there who really want me to go further in this. So shout out to the Patreon members out there, man. It's pretty awesome. If you guys want to go ahead and join the group and get a part of this, man, click on the link below. It's my Patreon page. Bunch of different membership options that you could choose from. So I'm making it fun. I'm making it neat, man. So if you have any questions regarding that, feel free to reach out to me. Join the group. A lot of cool stuff coming that way. A lot of people who really know me know that there's a lot of stuff I don't share. I'm gonna share with my Patreon motherfuckers. You feel me? My Patreons those are my people, and you guys are my people too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you got to pay me to get the insights, but listen, if you really want MJ's time, you feel me? Regardless of my mood, just kidding. No, man. Seriously, shouts to all the Patreon members out there. You guys are awesome, man. Seriously, that was amazing. You guys are awesome. We'll talk soon. I can't wait for that. But tonight's guest, bro, been following dude for a while now. Really, really awesome guy, man. I mean, I feel like he's an unsung hero in the hobby for sure. He's super low key, but he's not been showing his face. The way I noticed him is he was taking pictures with Billy and all these other really big ass breeders up in the game, and I was like, well, who is this guy, man? But he's super passionate, man. Every time I talk to him, it's all positive things. He's always asking about what's going on with me and whatnot. And I mean, listen, at the end of the day, man, this is somebody who I want to know more about. I'm interested of seeing what his vision is and what he wants to do, especially because of his past. You know, he has a really cool past that we're going to talk about. And a lot of you do know this guy. A lot of you guys mess with him. I know that for a fact. He's definitely somebody who's really liked in the hobby, man. But, here he is. Without further ado, my boy Reggie Johnson from Reggie Urban Jungle. What's up, Reggie?
Not much, bro. I appreciate you having me on here, man, using your platform so I can get my name out there and hopefully do better things in the future, man. How you been?
Can I call you Coach?
Coach Johnson, baby.
Woo! I like that, Coach Johnson. Hey, real quick, I will want to say, though, man, that was another thing that kind of like, it's funny, man. You could just look at somebody's pictures at something that they were really passionate about, even if it's something they don't do no more. And when you see that passion in a picture, it kind of makes my hair stand up, bro. And I remember, you feel me?
When I was bald headed, I had the black and white shirt on.
You look like that coach that was up on the court, bro. Like if you saw something that wasn't right, you were pressed. And I think that's an energy I don't really see much from you, like in the rep, like on your stories and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? That just looked like a different style of Reggie Johnson. That looked like a whole, like, you know what I mean? And I was like,
of course, man, I'm a whole nother animal, man. Reptiles, I got to keep it toned down. But when it comes to sports and coaching, man, I'm a competitor. I like to win, and we got to do it. And if it's my error, then I'll speak on myself. But if we practice every day, man, ain't no reason we should mess up in the game.
Yeah, right. Definitely true, bro. I mean, and that's why I was like, man, this guy, you know, on top of, I think I had just recently found out that you worked with Joe Exotics and all this stuff. So I'll say, all right, this fool's he's more than just somebody who's keeping, you know, ball pythons and you know, he has to have more of a history behind him. So, hey man, welcome to the show, bro. That's why we have you on here, man. I bring interesting people on, and you know, if it's somebody that, you know, like you know, I don't want anyone to think that I want somebody to something that I could build my name off of. Not that I won't, but I'm just saying I bring people on that I want to know more about, period, bro. And I'm letting you know you are somebody who brought my interest, and I want to know more about you and shit. I kind of want to see exactly, you know, you went from coaching to keeping animals, but you went to school for zoology. Is that right?
Yep, I have a degree in early childhood education and secondary education specifying math and science, and I have a zoology degree in, you know, animal science, but I specify in animal behavior. But I'm currently a part-time teacher at a high school in Ann Arbor, and I coach girls basketball. I'm a former college basketball coach, former college basketball player. So sports is a big part of my life.
But you know what, the biggest thing with sports was a big part of my life. You know what wasn't a big part of my life, and it kind of had a damper once I got older, was education. You know what I mean? Like,
I tell people all the time, like, I may have my degree, but I'm gonna keep it real. If it wasn't for basketball, I probably wouldn't have went to college. I'd have went to like trade school or something, but I just happened to graduate college my junior year, so I didn't end up playing my third year or my fourth year of basketball, and that's when I got into exotic animals.
Yeah, right. But the cool thing is that you kept both, you know, that regardless if you went to school for the sports, there's plenty of people out there who love sports and just couldn't keep their fucking school up. You know what I mean? Because they didn't want it enough, right?
I mean, honestly, it's not for everyone. Like, I tell people all the time, college is just a test to see if you can complete a task. Because everyone learns differently, man. Everyone receives information differently. Everyone translates it differently, and just because you can't pass a test doesn't mean you're not smart. Because I know people, I worked with people at GW Zoo when I worked with Joe, who had an 8th grade education, but they could educate you more on animals than somebody with a PhD.
Right.
So, a degree is good and all, but I know people with master's degrees that getting paid minimum wage right now. So
touchy. I don't want to say it's too soon, but nothing's too soon on this podcast. It is what it is. But you know, to touch on that, man, let's talk about, you went from obviously being an athlete to coaching, and then obviously reptile keeping was always involved in your life. Or let's talk about how did reptiles play a part of your life, and how's, you know, and how did it get to where it's at now?
So I was always that little kid in the backyard catching gardener snakes, putting them in the little 10 gallons with the frogs and the turtles and all of that. And my mom bought me my first corn snake. It was a orange creamsicle corn snake, and I called it Creamsicle. And he would always get out and lay in the middle of the hallway. And when she would go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, she would scream like, "Reggie, come get this damn snake!" And I'd run out there laughing, put him back in the tank, and then 2 nights later it would happen again. So I've always had reptiles in my life. So that's how that started. And then I think I was about 19 years old, and I was a rookie. So I had not a rookie, but you know, I didn't know the proper technique. So I had 3 ball pythons and 1 40-gallon. And then one day one popped out some eggs. And obviously I didn't have an incubator. I didn't have the hatch right media or whatever. So I Googled how to incubate them. I put them on a wet towel because I heard you need humidity. So they molded immediately. So then I looked up ball python breeding, and then I saw my first pied. And then, like most people, it took me to Brian Barczyk's Animal Bites or Snake Bites. And then ever since then, man, I've been hooked. And
it's crazy.
It's a fun ride, bro. I love it.
Yep. And the ride, once the ride gets going, man, it takes off. You're just like, you know, I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like I'm like, you know, I'm more than 2 years into this already. And I just know that, you know, it's funny how you said out you're a rookie. And if we really look back from when we first started keeping a snake, like for instance, dude, I kept what, at least 2 or 3 ball pythons in a glass.
Electric heating stones and everything, man.
I learned that when I was 6. So when I was 6 years old, my dad got me the most basic tank with a heat rock, and I was like,
all of it, man.
I was crying to my dad, like, it was why is the skin like that? My dad was like, oh, it's this damn rock. I remember my dad fucking bashed it against the wall, and I was all, yeah, we killed it, like we killed the rock. But fucking, but dude, so many trial and error things in this hobby. That's why it's like I never tell somebody, watch out for making mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes, just be ready for it. I mean, this is how you learn and grow in this hobby, is by fucking up. Plain and simple. And some fuck ups are a lot worse than the others. You know what I mean?
I mean, success isn't as sweet without failure. Like I tell my basketball players, you can't make every shot, but you don't score every shot you don't take. So you have to put yourself in these opportunities, whether you succeed or fail. It's going to be a lesson either way. So you just I go feet first, and I love it, man. I've been here ever since.
And then like to kind of give you another reference with sports, like with baseball, right? Like I remember as a kid, I always wanted to fucking murder the ball, but as I got older, it was just about getting on base. Like just get on base. Like don't worry about fucking hitting a home run, because those home runs come, right? We all see people hit home runs in this hobby, and they just come. But what I'm trying to say is, like, just worry about progression. Worry about getting to point A to point B to C to D, and even if you get back to B, just worry about going on C again. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't fall back too heavy on shit, because it's gonna happen. That's all.
One of my favorite quotes, I got it tattooed on my chest, is success is a journey, not a destination.
And it's all about the journey, bro.
I love the journey, man. I love it.
No matter, like, I'm glad we're talking about this already, because this stuff gets me hyped. But at the end of the day, when you reach your goal, no matter what your goal is, you're really going to appreciate what you did to get to that fucking goal. Everything, all the hard work, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you've taken teams to the shit chips or playoffs and shit, and you just know all that blood, sweat, and tears, bro. Like, everything they did to get to that point. And you just really look back, and then you appreciate it. And that goes with this hobby too, plain and simple. It's just,
I mean, like last year, my women's basketball team, we hadn't reached the Final Four in 30 years, and we made it to the Final Four and lost on a last second shot by 1 point. So it's like we over exceeded our expectations, but we were comfortable because we prepared all season for this moment, and it just so happened the team had the ball last. The other team had the ball last, and it didn't go our way. But my girls were disappointed, but it was nothing to be sad about. We fought. We were there. Nobody thought we were going to be there. One more possession, we might be playing for a state championship. So the journey was so much fun. I love it.
Look who's here. You want to say what up to your fam real quick? KB Reptiles.
Hey, what up, KB? What's up, Mary? Let me put my phone real quick. Everybody, high pressure.
Make sure you put on mute. Put on mute. That way there's no sound. You got to put your phone on mute.
Oh, okay, it is.
Okay, cool.
I've been watching the whole time on the chat. That's why I keep looking down at my phone.
Hey, yeah. By the way, Reggie, your hair's on point, dog. What the fuck? Where did that? I mean, have you had froze in the past? Or like, is that premeditated? What's going on?
So back in high school, I grew my hair out for 13 years. So my hair was here. I cut it around 21, and then since I started teaching, I got alopecia, so my hair falls out in the back. So I chose to be bald for about 5 or 6 years. So now that we have this COVID and we got to teach online, I don't have any kids stressing me out. So I don't have any bald spots. So now I'm just letting the fro grow until we go back to school. And then I might be bald again, but I know most of the people I've met, I had a bald head. So I chose the bald head. The bald head did not choose me.
Damn. But it works both ways. You can't help it if both of them work. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm trying, man. It's not the best fro, but it's more than I've had in a long time. So I'm gonna rock it until it falls out again. Some
things just look right, bro. And that fro is just, I mean, I don't know, man. It looks right. I respect, player type activities when I see it. And that fro is beyond player. I'll tell you that right now.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. So zoology, right? That's something you went to school for. What made you want to go to zoology? What made you, what's.
So I've always had a love for animals and veterinary. Like I thought about being a vet, but veterinarians don't get paid a lot. They get paid like a tenth of what doctors get paid, and they do the same work just with animals. And then I wanted to be a zookeeper, but a lot of zoos only let you specialize in one species. So while I was dual majoring in education and zoology, I was gonna lean on education, but if I found an opportunity to use my zoology degree, I was gonna do that. So it's something I've always been interested in, and I've always been that weird kid because I don't want to say, but this isn't for black people, is what they would always tell me. And
Right.
I loved it, and I like to prove people wrong because education is the best tool. Knowledge is power. So I want to educate people, math, science. So people that look like me, if they see me doing it, they're going to want to do it because it's a stigma that math and science aren't cool. So me being an athlete, me liking math, science, animals, if I do it, other people can do it. And it doesn't just go for people that look like me, it's for everyone because I am biracial. So I love it. I love animals.
Yep.
I'm going to stick to it. Snakes were secondary. Tigers were first.
Tigers were first. Damn.
Sure.
So tigers was that's something that takes back to your childhood days. I mean, you've always loved the tiger.
I took a picture with a tiger when I was 7 years old, and ever since then, I've been obsessed. And I didn't know how to get into it, how the proper steps to go about it. And then I found the FCF, which is the Feline Conservation Foundation, and they allow you the opportunity to take a certification and get certified in big cat handling, and you meet people who own big cats around the world. Right. And all of that. So I went down there in 2010 in Orlando, and I got my big cat certification and my dangerous animal handling license. And that's where I met a few people who've been on Netflix.
Ooh, right. And I think we know who we're talking about here. I mean, everyone knows at the beginning of the pandemic, what the hell was everybody watching? What was everybody? The damn Tiger King, man. So Joe Exotics, we're going to get into Reggie's, experience working with Joe and his tigers for 2 years. Is that right?
Yep. From about the end of 2010 to mid 2012, I worked for Joe Exotic as a key holder, which means I owned a quarter of the park. So I had the responsibility of 2,500 animals, and I had my own crew, and we worked 10 to 13, 14 hours a day, 110 degrees, but we were handling baby tigers, baby bears, lion, wolves, monkeys. We had birds of prey. We had everything, man. It was a dream come true, man. He really allowed me an opportunity to be the person I am today and have the experiences I have, because that's a dream that I didn't think would be possible, and he gave me that opportunity. So I'm very grateful for Joe Exotic. No matter what anybody says about him, I have nothing bad to say about that man.
Yeah. And you know what's with the only jacked up thing, and this is where they, I've had people, because I'm a very blunt person, as you could probably tell. But I've always had people kind of warn me, like, because perception's everything, right? And at the end of the day, when Joe was in his fucking prime, and he was at his, like, he felt like nobody could stop him. He was doing the most horrendous shit to make him look bad, like blowing fucking Carol's fucking head. All those little psychotic things were used against him. And he's not, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. It's a fucked up story. God bless Joe. I hope he gets out. I hope something happens where he could just fucking, I don't know. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't look good, man. I feel really.
But I will say about 90% of the Netflix stuff is true.
Yeah.
But they're only showing one side of it. Joe is crazy and he's wild. He's unfiltered. He's off the chain.
Right.
That bitch Carol Baskins did it. All that good stuff. But on the flip side, if he cares about you and you're on his team, he'll do anything to make sure you're okay. So I was on his team, and he made sure I never struggled or anything. I learned what I needed to know. He signed off on my USDA papers for my 6,000 hours of hands-on training. He was there, like, everything I learned about handling big cats and tigers and exotic animals, I learned from him personally, man. And he was a great person to me because I was real with him. So it was awesome.
Man, it's fucking weird too. The more I think about it, it just like, you put your mind together, right? And why are the tables the way they are right now? Why is this bitch Carol Baskin, like, everyone has, like, bro, when there's smoke, there's fire, right? Everyone knows you're goddamn right that this bitch is fucking dirt. But bro, she's deep in the state's pockets, bro. She got so much money. She don't.
So she has a lot of money, and I think Joe, by being so outgoing, it's reversed on him. So it makes him look bad. So she just sits back and lets him say what he has to say to damage his own reputation. Because, like you said, he's very blunt. So he's gonna pull out some rattlesnakes and have it bite a picture of Carol Baskins. He's gonna shoot the head of a melon and call her out her name. So she really doesn't have to do anything for her case. Joe's doing it to himself, and unfortunately, that's how he's been his whole life because he was shunned by his parents or by his father when he was younger. So all he knows is to react out loud, and that's how you get attention drawn to yourself, whether it's good or bad. He's getting attention.
Yeah, I mean, and the good thing about the Netflix shit, it's going to create more attention for people who want to fight for Joe, and and it would in all due time. But listen, God is great. God has His ways of working on shit. So I'm telling you right now, I'm just praying that Joe doesn't get COVID or doesn't get sick in fucking prison or something bad. Because I haven't done any terms. I've spent fucking enough time in a system to realize it turns you into an animal. It fucking really makes you a bad person. You know what I mean? And it just, you know what I mean? It's not good. And it sucks because we all know, Joe, the way Joe is, he's not probably doing good in there right now. You know what I mean?
He went in with a bad, because I think the last time I talked to Joe was about 5 years ago, honestly. So it's been some time, but from just watching the Netflix special, he went in with a bad mindset, and then his health is deteriorating. A lot of people don't know he had 2 heat strokes while I was working there, and he had one a couple years before I got there. That's why he walks with a limp and a cane. So he was already in poor health, and then obviously the prison system isn't gonna get him any healthier. And then he's stressing out because they're taking his park, and Carol's out here profiting, and you know what I'm saying, while he's in there for something that is true. I think she killed her husband, but he's in there because he tried to put a hit on somebody, which the law is the law, whether you are right or wrong. But he put himself in a bad position. Honestly, looking back on it, I think he would go about it a different way.
Yeah,
but like I said, man, I love Joe. He's my guy. He gave me an opportunity to live my dream job. Not many people can say they got to go home and bottle feed tigers and bears. And I got my first ringtail lemur from him, which led to me getting the Arctic fox and a kangaroo. So that's where the jungle and Reggie's urban jungle comes from.
Right.
So I deal with more than just snakes, but me having a 8-year-old daughter and still being around tigers and stuff like that, that's unsafe for her. So I had to put it aside because I am a full-time single father. So I had to put her interest first. But when she gets older, I'm definitely going to get back into the tigers, baby. You can believe it.
Shout out to all the single fathers out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, at what point of your life did you get the daughter? Your daughter came at what point? How old your daughter?
My daughter just turned 8, July 29th. So happy birthday, Nova. Daddy loves you.
All right.
So she was born in 2012. So that was the reason from the end of my technically my senior year, but junior year of basketball, 2010 to 2012. That's the reason I had to leave, because I did have a daughter. I was in Oklahoma. My daughter was born in Michigan, so I had to move back to Michigan and be a full-time single parent. So family first, man. Dreams come second. Family first.
Bro, exactly. Dreams are made off your family base. You need your family. Sure. Family's a foundation, because that's priority, man. That's 100%. And that's awesome, man. I mean, now I want to talk about real quick before we get off the Joe subject. Mm-hmm. Working with animals, period. Like we were talking about trial and errors, right? We were talking about fucking shit that you're just like, I mean, one of the worst things that I've had, like physically to my body, is I took a pretty bad bite from a big retic that kind of made my fucking I don't have feeling in my pinky, right? Did you have to learn anything like that, or did you have any close calls that you want to share? Because I would love to hear.
Yeah, so at the GW Zoo we have what's called the monkey room. So there's like 20 different species of monkeys and old world and new world apes. And we go in there. It's like they have indoor enclosures. So we go in, clean it out, spray it, and you're supposed to lock it. We put them in the catch pen outside, go in. So one day, one of my one of my crew workers didn't lock the baboon cage. And after they get done, I have to go in and check, make sure all the cages are locked, they're cleaned properly and all that. So I open the door, and the baboon's name is Preston. He's sitting on top of the cage looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I don't like monkeys. But I'm the key holder, so I have to get him back in the cage, but he's not having it. So we're having to stare down. He has fangs about like this long, and he's beating his chest, throwing shit at me. And so I tried to like coax him in with a broom, and that didn't work. So I had to go get the water hose, and I'm spraying him, and he's going everywhere but the cage. But about 20, 30 minutes later, I'm soaking wet. I got shit on my face and sprayed myself with the water hose. But eventually he got back in there, and after that, like I'd pet him through the cage and we became best friends. But I guess we had to have that moment of who's the boss. But that was my one scary moment. Other than that, man, it took me 6 months before I could even touch a baby tiger cub, because I had to observe the mannerisms of the animals. I had to figure out their personalities, when they like to come out, when they wanted to be approached, and all that. So all the big cats I worked with from babies. I never went in with a adult cat that I did not train or raise from about 6 weeks old. So, but that's my only scary moment. It was the monkey that's about chin high with teeth that could shred me apart. But it was fun, man. I loved every minute of it.
Man, I don't know why I ask for stuff like that sometimes, because like, you know, I admire the teeth. Even my dog's teeth, like teeth are canines, right? But I've never touched a tiger. I've never been that close to a lion, and that's my favorite. Those are my favorite animal on earth. It's like you. Ever since I was a kid, I was fascinated with tigers and lions. It was just like and I've never even seen one. I don't think I need to see one to know that that's my dream animal. It's my dream animal. But that's my goal someday. Maybe you could line me up with that someday. I don't know.
I mean, I got some cool stories though. Like I've rode on the back of a 1-ton grizzly, or not a 1-ton, but 1,000-pound grizzly bear. I've sat on the back of Levi, who's the second largest cat in the world. He's a liger. He's 2,200 pounds. Like I've got to experience the power yet subtle and lovingness of these animals that with one snap of a finger or a swipe of a paw, they could take me away. But I guess it's like the adrenaline rush and the excitement, but those animals are loving. If you respect the animals respect you, bro. So
yeah, man. I mean,
I love it.
I'm not trying to like, you know, obviously this is gonna sound lame because we're talking about tigers and ligers and shit, but fucking I have 2 alpacas, right? So
it's the same thing. I love it.
But bro, like as much as I was close with these alpacas, now that they actually live on my property and I'm the one corralling them and fucking doing everything for them, bro, like I'm getting a lot more personal and close with them. So I have 2 females around 9 years old. The dominant female wants to breed. And I guess with alpacas, they dominate the male and they fucking let the male know, yo, I'm the one that you're gonna nail down. So bro, I've been getting like, I can't turn my back. If I turn my back, she'll jump on me, bro. She'll be like, and like it's at first it was like it startled me, like, yo, I had to Google it, like, why the fuck did that happen? But honestly, it's just kind of knowing, like, dude, animals are like humans. They give you, like, if they can't talk to you, they're gonna do something to give you a sign, right? Yeah. And
just like my lemur, bro, she's the same way.
Bro, yeah. And so now I look her, even when I know she's about to fucking try to like mount me, I'll just be like, push her out of the way, like, get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm the get the fuck out of the way. She'll come up and I'll hold her by the neck and I'll just push her to the left, you know, like, get out of my way, and then she'll just continue on. But it's just man, animals, people don't give animals enough credit as they should when it comes to how smart they are, bro.
Oh, they're very intelligent, man. We underestimate. I mean, as a human species, we're pretty dumb to begin with, but animals are freaking intelligent, bro.
Man, I feel like there's more animals smarter than humans. I'll tell you that right now, bro. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm not gonna put any names out there. Yeah, no, man. But dude, that's just amazing, bro. That's just not too many people could say. Not only have they've encountered or have gotten to touch the animals that we're speaking about, but you fucking straight worked with them, bro. Like you literally, I mean, what was your schedule like? Let's talk about that. What was your schedule like?
Me being the key holder, I'd have to get up at 4 a.m. I have to check my area first. I'd have to go into the kitchen, make sure all the food was properly prepped and refrigerated for all the animals. And like I said, I worked with 2,500 different species, so it's not like I'm just handing fruits and vegetables. I had to make sure the meat was right, the calcium was right. I had to make sure we had the crickets, the fish. I had to make sure we had the chicken legs for the alligators. I had to make sure we had the rats for the big snakes, and goldfish for the raccoons to eat, and like all that stuff. And then I had to have a pre-morning meeting by 7, and then I had to make sure everyone had their assignments for the day, and I had to choose who got enrichment and who we trained on the harness and things like that. And then a lot of the time we weren't supposed to eat breakfast because on the park it was 110, 120 degrees, and the food would ferment in your stomach. So we'd only drink water till about 8 o'clock at night. So we'd work anywhere from 10 to 16 hours a day, 6-7 days a week, man. But it's not for everybody. But like they always say, it's not work if you love what you're doing, man. And I got to come home after 16 hours on the park and bottle feed baby monkeys and tigers and baby bears that lived in my house because they couldn't be outside. They had to be in air conditioning. So I was literally around animals 24 hours a day for 2 years, and I would have changed nothing about it, man. I loved it.
I mean, and if you're looking at it at work, like if you're doing the stuff that you're doing and you're looking at it as work, like you said, it's not going to be for you. Like that was something that you're just doing because it's just a lifestyle. It's like your day to day. Like,
and one of the misconceptions is that we didn't get paid. We got paid very nicely, to say the least. Depending on, like I was higher up than most, so I got a little more than others, but they definitely pay better than normal zoos. I'll say that.
Now,
sure.
Being like, do you recall there ever being like a lot of backlash against Carol Baskin, even when you were working there?
Oh no, so he was talking shit about Carol Baskin when I met him in 2010 in Orlando, because Joe offered me a job, Doc Antel from the Tigers in Carolina, he offered me a job, and Carol offered me a job after I passed all my certifications down there. And the only reason not the only reason, but I chose Joe because Carol, one, doesn't pay her employees. They're all volunteers. And then at Doc Antel's place, he said you had to be a vegetarian. And if anybody knows me, I only eat meat. So that's out the door. And then Joe was like, hey, Reg, you can eat whatever you want. We pay you money. And you can be I've seen your qualifications. You scored high on the test. I'm feeling comfortable. You can run your own park at the zoo and help us out. And 3 days later, I was on a plane from Michigan to Oklahoma living my dream job.
Damn, man.
I loved it, man.
The whole time they're making it seem like everyone was eating shit. Everyone was living the most terrible life.
Hey, we ate steak dinners every night, man. And another thing, so a lot of people don't know, the food at supermarkets has a 4-day shelf life, but a 3-week expiration date.
Right.
So after 4 days, they have to take it off the shelf. And what they normally do is they just send it to the landfill or the dump. So we were part of a nonprofit that rode around to all the Walmarts. And as you saw on Netflix, we collected the meat, and they would take out at Walmart or Myers all the rotten, damaged, and foul produce. And we got to hand select the meat for the animals. So the meat was great. So we had alligators eating turkeys and ribs. They're eating better than most people. Yeah. And they twisted it to make it seem like we were giving them old rotten food. That's why I was there. After that, I know Joe went into some financial difficulties. So then they may have went down that road. But I can personally say while I was there, the animals ate great. The people ate great. And it was a good time, man. I mean, like I said, they only showed one side of the story, and 90% of it is true. But if they were to go back to get the full story, a lot of people would have a different perception of Joe in the park.
That's just wild, man. I can't imagine what was going on in your head when you saw that shit on Netflix, and you're like, what the, and I'm sure some of that shit was eating you alive too, because like you said, some of it. Yeah, right.
Well,
right.
A lot of people, I used to tell people like, man, I work for this crazy country singer magician who got 2 husbands down in Oklahoma. And they're like, you're lying. You're making it up. And then when it came out, I got like 1,000 phone calls like, hey, Reggie, is this the guy you were talking about? And I'm like,
right.
Oh, you didn't want to hear my stories back then. Don't ask me now.
You come this way now.
It was pretty cool. My mom called me. It was like, Reggie, is this that Joe Animal guy that you worked for? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, I tried to tell. She's like, he's one crazy mother. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm like, That he is, but he's also a rider, man. So
Yeah.
So he's good. No, so I got a story. I don't know if it's appropriate to tell, but I'm gonna tell it anyway because I don't care.
Thank
So
you.
my first day there, everyone knows Joe Exotic loves Mustangs, right? So he has 3. Both of his husbands have like 2 or 3. So I get there and I see like 7 Mustangs in the parking lot, and they're like, "Hey, Reg, you know if you let Joe hit it, he'll buy you a Mustang." And I'm like, "Ha ha, he. I don't play that way. Joke's on you, buddy." And they're like, "No, we're dead serious." And I'm like, "Bro,
I don't need a
I'm
Mustang.
dead serious too. I don't care what you do, but it ain't gonna be me." So
Yeah.
then after work, I see like 6 people drive off in Mustangs, and those people let Joe
Smash.
do what he had to do.
He
And
bought
I'm like,
Mustangs.
bro, he bought everybody a Mustang. Like everybody, I'm like, I'm walking everywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I got strong
that.
legs. I'm an athlete.
You're like,
But
I don't even want to ride in that Mustang. I don't
I
even
don't want to. But after you tell him like, "Nah, Joe, I don't swing that way. Do what you do." After that, he's one of the homies.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny and I thought it was crazy. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it ain't me.
Damn, bro. That's what I'm saying. To each their own, man. That's why I was like, he also probably had another side of him that a lot of people couldn't really get because he was the way he was, and
a lot of people judge him by his outward appearance, but it's like me. A lot of people say I look like a big scary guy who's stuck up. But if you get to talk to me and know me, I'm actually one of the most laid back, down to earth people. Yeah. So you just got to give people a chance, man. Can't judge a book by its cover. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know I work with tigers, so
I had no clue whatsoever, and especially when and then not only worked with Tiger, but then worked with like one of the most popular tiger keepers like on the face of the earth. Like everyone.
When I was there, we were the largest distributors of big cats to all the local zoos, so we would supply all the major zoos with their tigers. Man, we had like Barbary lions. There's only 50 of them left in the world, and we had Snow White tigers, Royal tigers. We had like all that stuff, man. So
that's wild.
It was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
That's good.
But before we go on, I want to give a shout out to Splash Pack Reptiles, bro. That's like my ball python best friend. She's my ride or die in the ball python game. So I just want to give her a quick shout out.
Where's she at? Splash? What does she go by?
Splash Pack Reptiles. She might be asleep. She worked third.
Right. Here you go.
Yeah.
All right. Check her out.
Quick shout out. I appreciate it. Yeah, she got some fire over there, bro. She got some secret fire, but I just had to throw that out there real quick, man.
All right. I love that. Now, Reggie, let's just talk about ball pythons, right? Well, actually, hold up, because that's going to lead into a whole another conversation, which I want to get to. But you mentioned that there were snakes at Joe's Exotics at his property, right? What snakes were there? I want to know the kind of snakes there were.
So it was a funny story. So he had 2 of Michael Jackson's alligators, and he had Michael Jackson's albino berm and his regular retic. So, but he also had a bunch of we had rattlesnakes, we had basic corn snakes, a couple basic ball pythons, but for the most part, he had Michael Jackson's bigger snakes. So, yeah.
And you got to feed them?
Oh yeah, yep. I had the reptile building, I had the alligator building, I had a section of tigers, I had a section of bears, I had a section of monkeys, I had a couple ligers, I had a couple wolf packs. I had the African porcupines, the Flemish giant rabbits, the grizzly bears, the white lions. I had the Kodiak sun bears. I had the chimpanzees. So I had a myriad of animals, but my favorites were definitely the big cats, to say the least.
And I feel like you're talking about working 16-hour days, man. I bet you there'd be like things that you weren't able to see because you've been working. So I would stay even longer. Like, I want to check these.
Sure.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about that. Like I would probably never, there's no way I could sustain a relationship and still work at that place. I would have no life. My life would be that place.
So I was pretty much, that's what it was. Like I had to leave my family. I had to leave loved ones and go follow my dream. Because a lot of people aren't on your dream page like you are. So sometimes you have to separate yourself from your family to chase your dream. And then once you start getting the ball rolling, then they understand why you did it. And then they support you even more because they see your passion for it. So that's what I had to do, man. I had to leave my family for 2 years. And then when I came back with a monkey on my shoulder, they're like, oh my goodness, he really did it. And I'm like, I'm going to keep doing it. So,
dude,
not going to stop it all, bro.
That's heavy, man. All right. So ball pythons, right? You know, obviously I appreciate that rack behind you. I kind of could see, I could read maybe one, but I'm not going to say what it is. But no, but all right, man. So behind you got a rack of ball pythons. What's behind you?
So this is my used ARS 1065. So this year I'm real heavy into the desert ghosts. My clown males didn't want to breed for me, and I got a regular smegular desert ghost male, and he locked with 13 females this year. So I think 9 of them are gonna go. And I'm real heavy into DG. I got clown. One of my het tri-stripe females is, I think she's egg bound. She laid 1 egg 5 days ago, 2 eggs yesterday, and she still has 2 eggs in her. But I'm in the tri-stripe project. I'm in the lavender albino project. Let me check. I got a bunch of pies. I got a super special female. What else? I got axanthic clown projects going. I don't know, bro. I think I checked. I got 8 different recessives. I got 22 different co-doms and 3 different dominants over here. So I got a nice mixed bag, and I got a bunch more stuff coming. I got a few more genetic stripe stuff. I just picked up a hypogenetic stripe male. So I'm in a little bit of everything. I need to focus it down a little more, but you know how it goes, man. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Pretty much. And then once things start popping, that's when you're like, all right, this is what I want to work with. This is what I really want. You know, there's really no you're on your own journey, bro. You could fucking you could be guessing shit for the next 5 years and just be making cool shit. I mean, that's all that matters. Now let me ask you this. This is your second year breeding, or how many years have you been breeding successfully? And like, you know,
I've been breeding for 7 years, but I didn't start taking it serious until last year. Or 3 years ago. Last year was probably my worst year. I had a pair of sister mystics that laid on the same day. They both gave me 6 eggs. Then they both gave me the same results out of each clutch. And that was it. I bred like 20 females. So last year was horrible. But my first couple of years, I would average anywhere from 3 to 8 clutches. And now I'm more focused on making meaningful projects, because back then it was like, let me breed a spider to a normal just so I can sell them. Now I'm like, let me breed my desert ghost to my pied so I can have double het females 2-3 years down the road so I can make a beautiful animal like Will at RCR. Let me hold back these genetic stripe or double het DG clowns so I can make a Kiki ball, you know, things like that. So now I'm more precise in my pairings, and I have too many females. I have 53 females and 10 males. And more than half of my males aren't even ready to breed. So I think I need to get a couple more males over here, but you can never have too many females.
Never. Oh man. There's always, listen, females give you options for endless things. That's why, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then, you know, then even having those powerful male, as long as you have, like you said, the female is crucial. And then if you just have a male that can at least get jobs done for whatever, like, you know, having a solid backup male with, like, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's really depends what you're in this for. There's people who fucking want to just hit crazy recessives, and like they want to go for the jugular. They want to fucking hit straight 21. They want to go Yahtzee, you know. And I don't blame Doug. You know, the thing is, there's people who do that, right? I think we talk about JKR. We just had Daniel on here from Constriction Addiction. Like, you know, there's people who fucking really hit these odds, but they got so much other shit at play, and then they've been working with so much other stuff. So like, that's why I kind of like, you know, I don't know. You got to give yourself room to build that kind of success versus just shooting for that success. That's just my opinion.
Like me, so right now I just want to make the base. So like I wanted to make the DG Pieds and DG Clowns, but I don't want to make like the Super Pastel Orange Dream Fire DG Pied Clown right now. I just want to make a Desert Ghost Pied, Desert Ghost Clown. Then I can add stuff on it so I can see the progression and me adding layers to what I like on there. So that's where I'm at right now. I want to make the base of everything and then build it up to my liking and touch here and there, pick people's brains and see what other people are making before you put 3 to 5 years in some of these double recessive projects and it might not pan out for you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be more just I can't even say it, strategic about what I'm doing. And then, go from there. But I love what everybody's doing, man. People are out here. Man, you got some killer clutches over there, man. Like, look to everybody for inspiration, no matter how big or small you are, man. For sure.
Man, because, one thing that I get a lot of props on, and not to toot my own horn, but no, man, they say people love my passion behind things. And as much as a simple fucking clutch would be, and nothing really simple, because at the end of the day, like, I at once had... Like, I had to watch at least 2.5 years of people producing stuff, and I was just raising, collecting, raising, feeding, raising. And I just knew, the moment I fucking hatch an egg or I see an egg on the ground to a snake come out of it, it's going to be such a priceless feeling that I don't give a fuck if it's going to take 4 years. I don't give a fuck if it's going to take 5 years. And the thing is, I don't want to get into this topic yet because, I still like females get ready a lot sooner than other females. I just happen to get females that fucking love to eat. They don't stop eating. They hit 1,500 grams really soon. And I fucking breed those bitches. And boom, I'm getting beautiful, healthy fucking babies. And I'm just like, it's an amazing feeling. And then yet, obviously, breeding chondros, I can't... There's stories, but bro, this is why I'm in this. Like, listen, you get your waves, you get your good waves, you get your bad waves, but that's how you built this experience up, because you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to say the ball pythons is a walk in the park, but damn it, they are such a fucking good fresh of breath air when I drop a ball python clutch and I just see the step, like whatever I'm doing is working, so I'm sticking to it. And no matter how bad the chondros are doing or something else, that's like something that's just giving me good spirit and why I'm always going to be in the hobby. So I just feel like people should try to find something that really puts good in their spirit, and it's something that they're not really... I don't know what the fuck am I even saying right now. It's just I'm just kind of just getting to where like people should set themselves up for success more versus fucking digging themselves in a project that's gonna take 4 or 5 years to hit. And did you even hit it after waiting that long? And all this stuff. I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, to be honest, I started off in boa constrictors. Like, I saw the moon glow boa, and I had to reproduce it. And then I didn't realize how hard it was to breed boa constrictors. And after a year or two of trying, I was like, forget it. Let me go ahead and go to ball pythons. And then, you get a clutch on accident with ball pythons. And I was, I've stuck with them ever since. But it's the process. Like you said, man, feeding them, cleaning shit every day. You get to learn your animals. You enjoy the process. And like you said, it's a touchy subject, but after Justin came out with that video and he bred a female at 1,000, 1,100 grams and nothing went wrong, if she's ready, she's ready. I mean, your boy Miguel, he says it all the time. If she's ready, I'm a breeder. And people hate him for that, but he hasn't had any negative results yet.
Right. Dude, I say this all the fucking time. You know what? I will tell you this, okay? I'll let you know the day I fucking hatch a snake where its eyes this way, the other eyes this way, the jaws like this. I will fucking show green trees. I'm not talking about green trees. I'm talking about ball python. But I'm telling you right now, it's such a simple fucking system with the ball python. If you just find it, you don't mess with it, just leave it alone. And those eggs are like little tanks. They fucking last a long time. It's just, I don't know, man. I see people like clutch after clutch have fucking bad luck. And I'm like, is it bad luck? Or are you just fucking doing something really stupid to fucking make this happen every time? Because like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just blame like, well, this is just how it goes. And like, yeah, case by case, that's just the way it goes. But why is this happening every fucking clutch for you? Like, why is there always a bad egg almost in every clutch? Like, I don't understand. Like, especially if that egg was good before you put it in the egg box. I don't know. This is my perspective. I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of people just, I'm sure there's dipshit things I did this year with the chondro clutch that I didn't do last year. And I don't know why I did them this year, but I did it. And I was only able to hatch one fucking chondro out of 7 that looked pretty fucking good to go. So I don't know, man. to each their fucking own, man. It really it just lands on your experience, your journey. It's I don't know, man. It's kind of it's
like I'm far from a professional, but out of my 40 clutches, I've only ever lost one egg, and like this year was my first year hatching a kinked animal. Like I'm far from perfect. I'm not a professional, but I guess I've had a long string of luck, but I'm doing something right. I've only lost 2 animals out of 40 clutches, so
I mean, like for the most part, bro. I mean, I just feel like nature's nature. Like I'm gonna, like I said, whenever I do get that ball python and the jaw's missing or something weird happen, I'm gonna fucking dude. It hurt. It took so much out of me just to post a dead chondro. I would definitely post a dead fucking ball python. I don't mind, but if it happens, right. I'm gonna let you guys know this is what's up. I don't know how the fuck this could have happened. So at the end of the day, if shit's happening to you, still post it, share it. You know what I mean? But also look around on like, what am I doing? Why? You know what I mean? Don't just fucking say, like that's just, not all the eggs make it, there's, what are you going to do?
Right.
Some of them are going to go bad. No, dude, fuck that shit. I've yet to have I haven't had 40 clutches. Wait, how many have I? This is my second year. I had 9 last year. I'm looking at 11 this year. So yeah, I'm just fucking just 20 clutches at the most, right? So I'm not an expert. A, I'm not an expert. B, I'm not a professional. I've only had just barely 20 clutches, but I'm just saying whatever the fuck I've been doing, I've not had one black looking egg, fungus egg, ball python egg yet. Mm-hmm. I've not had one ball python not eat for me. I've not had one ball python with a missing eyeball. I've not had one ball python fucking like, I don't know. I maybe had eggs take a lot longer, like, because maybe the temps were lower. I don't know, but you just leave them alone. Just fucking leave them alone. Right. Yeah.
Forget it, man. Like that old school commercial. Just set it and forget it.
Oh my God. What commercial was that? Set it and forget it.
It was one of those cooking commercials. It's like one of those microwave oven type videos.
And forget it.
Come back.
Yeah. That shit was on the like infomercials.
Yes, sir.
Forget it. It was that old dude with the lady and shit. There's a couple of them. We probably had some weird shit going on the side.
And then you put it with the macaroni. You set it and forget it.
Oh my God. Classic. What year were you born, Reggie?
1988.
88.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a May baby. May the 4th be with you.
Man, May the 4th. You're born on May 4th?
May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Damn, that's pretty powerful. I'm not gonna lie.
Taurus, baby.
That's pretty powerful. So born in 88. You high school. Where'd you go to high school at?
I went to high school at Jackson High in Jackson, Michigan. So that's it's about an hour away from Detroit. So I'm about 45 minutes away from the Reptarium in Brian Barczyk. So
nice. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about your visits to certain breeders that you've Okay, so the first breeder I saw that you visited, and I was like, "Oh, well, who's this guy?" And you went to Billy. You went to Billy at Mutation Creations place, right? You went to visit him.
Billy was the first big breeder to invite me or allow me to come to his place, and he asked me if I wanted to come. And I'm about 4 hours from Toronto. I got my passport, my enhanced ID, so I drove up there, and Billy, Austin, and Elian welcomed me with open arms, man. They're like family, and I'll ride or die for all 3 of them, man. I don't care what nobody say. You can hate on Billy, Austin, and Lord all you want, but those are my guys, man, for sure.
Dude, I fucking hating on Billy is so 2018. It's like it's old.
Greatness, man.
You're not gonna win against Billy. Billy is fucking like luck. It's not gonna happen. That's why I love my boy, bro. He's even had breeders kind of like just not really be on the favor with him, and he just doesn't give a fuck. Like, you listen.
But that's what makes him so great, bro. Because you're not gonna pick which direction he goes in. Like, he's following his own path, and he's very successful following his own path. He's honest. He's blunt. He's upfront. He lets you know what it is. He lets you know how he feel about you. Like, he hides nothing, and I respect someone who's honest.
Yeah,
so that's my guy, man. I love Billy.
You can't teach that stuff nowadays. I mean, that stuff now, it's a dying breed, bro. You can't teach someone who could just be brutally honest with you, because nothing worse is somebody who's good at giving compliments, but they aren't real compliments. They're all fabricated to fucking make you be like, oh, this person likes me. And that, just so you know,
he don't like you. He say he don't like you, bro. Like it is what it is.
And that's why I've always been like, you know, I've had people like, you know, in the not anymore because I just don't read these anymore. I have like this fucking cool app. I don't know if you have this on your Instagram thing. I don't know how it works because it just popped up, but I could departmentize my messages to like my primary to my general.
Yeah,
so
I got that.
There's so much shit that I just don't want to see, and I just fucking put it in general. You know what I mean? So and I don't even have to put my mind to it, which is good. But in the earlier days, you know, not too long ago, I people would be like, "Hey, I've been following you for this time. Why don't you follow me back?" And I'm just like, you know, I'm just like in my mind, I was like, "Why do I have to follow you back? I don't fucking like."
Right.
I mean, and then I would be like, all right, let me go see what this person. And then I actually started just following people back, and a lot of people got on my fucking nerves. I'm sorry, but I was like, dude, do I have to see this all the time? This is before you could like mute shit, like everything was just on your feed, and I was just like, bro, this shit's literally making angry. It's making me angry. I don't want to see this shit.
I'll follow you back if you have reptiles, for the most part. But like, because I used to be the guy that I was following like 8,000 people, and then only like 1,000 people were following me. So I went back and I unfollowed everyone who wasn't following me. And now I'm at that momentum where the people I wanted to follow me are following me, and now I'm following them. So, but for the most part, if you follow me, I'll follow you back. I'll give you the same respect.
That's what's up. So to me personally, I have to have some sort of interest. I have to have like, it has to be, you know, because I don't know, man. I don't want to get too wrapped around this or get too in depth, but it's just like there's certain people that I've literally try helping and like try like, hey, you know, because you know you want to befriend some people and you give them tips and advice, and if you don't take my tips and advice and you keep coming back for advice, that aggravates the shit out of me. And then it's just like, bro, like I'm good, like you know what I mean. So. I mean, but there's a bunch of other reasons. Like I swear to God, man, I was so anti-social media to the fucking T until I got into the reptiles. And when I was DJing, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't really care about social media. I really didn't. And, you know, I just cared about playing music and fucking partying in cool places. But in the hobby, it's almost like you have to get it, because without that, you don't know who to meet. You don't know who's what. You don't know what's what. You don't know where to get knowledge from. I would have never met you. I would have never met Forrest. I would have never met Miguel. All these fucking things. So it's like, I was like, holy shit. This is like, I have to have social media. I don't have a fucking choice. So that's why I'm like, if I have to do something, rather if it's for my personal use or something that to drive my hobby, I'm going to make sure it's something that motivates me. So at the end of the day, the 420 followers that I have are all 420 people that motivate me. They're all people that, you know, and it's not all of them are fucking, you know, goddamn world-renowned reptile breeders. And a lot of them are just people who have a good drive. They're good fucking, they have a vision. I love your vision, Reggie. So I followed you from the fucking get-go. You know what I mean? So
same for you, bro. I love your content, man, because you're not just ball pythons, man. You're dabbling in everything. And a lot of people don't have the skill set to set up an environment for multiple different species. So I learned from you. Like, I want to get into green trees, but I'm not properly prepared at this moment. So I watch people like you who actually take the time to put in full effort with these animals. So I love what you're doing over there, man. You're definitely an inspiration. And then you have this platform. So like you said, you don't have to be the biggest breeder or the biggest person in the game, but people who interest you, you allow them to let other people know who they are. So I'm pretty sure there's people out here who've never heard of me before, but now they got an opportunity to hear my story. And that's all because of you. And you're the first person to actually let me come on and speak who has a platform that's known throughout the industry. And I greatly appreciate you for that.
Thanks, man. I didn't, you know, it's crazy to say that this is a platform that's known in the industry, because this platform only started off a spinoff that I started with Forrest, because Forrest had a voice that people wanted to hear. I was that backup for that voice. Like I was that. So I loved Forrest so much and supported what he wanted to do that I just felt like he needed somebody to fucking kind of like give him that platform, because Forrest wasn't the guy to start an account and, you know, he fucking started YouTube. He hated all that shit. He only started Instagram to compete with Desiree on who could get more followers. I'm not even joking. And that's why he stopped posting pictures after a while. But either way, that guy right there, which, Andrew Acevedo, there was a couple people who led. At the end of the day, my connections from social media led me to Forrest, who's a goddamn legend, rest in peace, in this hobby, who gave me the actual courage to want to at least, because I have a voice, right? But I felt like my voice is nowhere nearly respected the way Forrest would be, because his in-depth career in the hobby. He's been in the hobby for at least over a decade. You know what I mean? And he was somebody where I'm like, dude, that's my knowledge gain. I'm gaining everything that I'm passionate about now came off shit that I learned off Forrest and a handful of other people in the hobby. But that only happened because of the social media platforms. And at the end of the day, man, I got information and I got stuff and I still got information. I still got connects with people who, and even like you guys need to be heard, bro. There's motherfuckers who need to hear shit from like you are. I don't know who else in the hobby who's affiliated with with Joe Exotics. Who? And not only that, bro, you're like, I feel like what's more important, dude, is that you fucking come from an athletic background. You're educated, okay? A single father, that you're not making any kind of excuse why you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? You even got a point in your life where you had to downgrade. You had to get rid of stuff because you saw longevity. You saw what you wanted in the long run instead of just being selfish and like, oh, I need to sacrifice, little versus you just said, listen, I got to do what I got to do for the daughter. And now look at you, bro. Now look what's on your shirt. Reggie Urban Jungles, bro. Now do the visions, bro. It's happening. It's a day-by-day thing. You know what I mean? So it's exciting shit, bro. I'm telling you right now, you're on your move.
And one thing before we change topics, man, you're one of the few people who can continue Forrest's platform, man, because you got to know him. You started the podcast with him, and you're continuing his legacy through this podcast. So you're one of the few people who can actually do that. So
thanks, man.
Again, I commend you on that, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. And listen, just so you guys know, I've had a lot of people reach out to me because we haven't dropped an Unfiltered Reptiles podcast in at least a couple weeks. Everything's fucking chill. Everything's good. So don't trip on that. We are, we are actually picking back things up tomorrow. So we will be we'll get back to posting Unfiltered Reptiles podcast episode. Somebody hit me up saying, do I have to be a part of your Patreon to watch Unfiltered Reptiles? I was like, no, but that's a good idea. That's a good fucking idea. I might have to think about that now.
You do now.
It is now. No, man. But yeah, guys, just so I appreciate that, Reggie. You just reminded me to let you guys know. Unfiltered Reptiles podcast, we're still cracking. We still got a list full of people that we are going to bring on an interview. And yeah, man, shout out to everyone who supports that channel. And thank you so much for that, Reggie. That's an honor for you to say that I'm carrying kind of a legacy for Forrest here on the podcast. Because as much as crazy as that guy's life was, and how busy he was, he always made time for the podcast. He didn't miss not one podcast. There was even times where he's like, hey, I can't make it. And Stephen Kush was like, well, we could still do it. I'll be there. And Forrest would still show up. So it's like, I don't know how I got this guy to fucking do the things that I got him to do, but it happened for a reason. You know what I mean? God's good. That's all I could say. It happened, So, but yeah, we're going to continue this legacy. We're going to keep it going. It's not going to stop. It's going to be exciting things. Now, with your ball python clutches, how many, you said you're looking at what? How many this year are we looking at?
I'm looking anywhere from 15 to 20 clutches this year. I've had 2 clutches already. I got 3 in the incubator, and I got 3 in the process of being laid, and I'm gonna have 3 in the next 7 days. So
okay,
it's gonna be a busy next couple months for me, and then I still got about 9, anywhere from 6 to 9 that are still building. Should have ovulations here soon, but I'd say about 75% of my clutches this year are going to be Het Desert Ghost or double Het Desert Ghost something. He plugged everything, man, for sure.
Longevity.
I'm building that Het army, I'm telling you, and I can't hold everything back.
You're going to be dangerous in the next few years for sure. You're going to be something wild's going to happen, and that's what's going to be money. I'm telling you, like you said, it's going to be a money situation where you're going to feel amazing. It's going to be priceless.
I feel great from hatching these normal double hets. Like,
for real,
my double hets look cool, and then I got a few cool pickups, and then the females that are not ready this year that are going to be ready next year are just gonna take it to the top, man. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Now we were talking earlier how you and I haven't had much of an issues hatching ball pythons. Like you've only had one kinked, you've only had one bad egg. So what's a protocol for you? What are you doing? Like what's something that's helping you?
I have a climate controlled reptile room. It's maybe 10 by 12, so it's not the biggest. So all my racks are behind me, and then I got my work desk and my rat rack in front of me. But I keep my reptile room at 80 degrees. I used to have my alligator in here, so I'd never have any bad sheds. The humidity would be sweet, but the alligator's like 7 foot now, so we had to get out of the reptile room. But I breed year round. When the female's up to size, I put the male in. I breed each female once a month. So each female will get 1 day out the month, and I'll put that male with her. I got a giant whiteboard, and I got somebody working on a dope database system for ball python, which tracks clutches, pairings, the animals I got, the animals I've sold, certificates for the animals I've sold, how much everything weighs. Like I'm gonna do a full review on it when it's complete. I'm in the beta process step right now, but it's gonna be awesome. But I keep detailed notes. I clean consistently, good water, spot clean, all of that, man. And I just treat them like my children, man. If you treat the animals right, they'll treat you right back. So that's just what I do, man. I don't think I do anything different than people who actually care about their animals.
Yeah. And it's so systematic too. If you really care about your animals, man, you're not even really thinking about putting energy into it's just an everyday thing. Like every check, same check. I love it too. Then you see one that happened to finally shed, and you're like, wow, I'm gonna examine this one. And I fucking spend like 5 minutes just staring at a snake that just shed, and I'm just like, oh, you're awesome, you're cool. And one thing that I picked up on, like kind of pretty, like when I started putting myself out there on social media, I got kind of tips about lighting when it comes to taking pictures. And the 100% the best kind of fucking lighting for the most part with snakes is going to be that morning daylight where the sun's not up and it's still kind of like, you know what I mean? But it's that just that daylight, and you could get everything out of that snake in a photo of what I'm seeing. And I used to just love looking at snakes outside, bro. It's just like, and I still do. It's like, man,
everything is go step on the balcony. I think you'll see half my pictures. I'm just holding a snake like this over the balcony, taking a picture in natural sunlight. And that's, like you said, you get the best out of that animal that you can't get inside of a room with, lights like I got here. Just, it doesn't bring out the same energy, man. And it's really living art, and the sunlight brings that out.
It really does. And snakes respond pretty good to daylight too. They kind of know, like, holy shit, I'm outside. Like, I'm not.
Let me look good.
Yeah.
Put my good face on.
Let me breathe that air real quick.
Right. Sure.
And with snakes like chondros and green trees like that, that kind of environment helps them shit. It helps them go to the bathroom more. You know what I mean? It's weird. But if you have a chondro or an emerald that's not, doing their bowel movements as well as they should, you take them outside, spray them down. It goes like clockwork almost. It's pretty wild, man.
Vitamin D, that sunlight.
Yeah, that good stuff. You feel me? Now you work with ball pythons and boas. What all do you keep snake wise?
So right now I just have ball pythons, and I have a few elephant trunk snakes or job fowl snakes, which is not a fully aquatic, but they spend about 99% of their life in the water. They're a type of boa, or in the anaconda family. They're found in Southeast Malaysia. There's 2 species. There's one in Malaysia, and then there's a brackish one, the black and white banded elephant trunk snake down in Australia. But I only got 2 of those, and then the rest is all ball pythons. But I did start with boas. It wasn't for me. I love them, but I'm a ball python guy.
Ball python guy. Now, let me ask you this. Is there something you dream about, species that you want to keep? I know you said something about chondros maybe someday, right? Or what's something that's maybe on your list, so where, like, once you can make the move, I'm adding this?
So at one point in my life, I attempted to get a maroon phase green tree python, and I failed horribly. So I gave it to someone who knew what they were doing, because I didn't want to be responsible for the animal's death. But I would definitely like to get into green trees, and I like emerald tree boas, because I like poison arrow dart frogs, and I like the bioactive vivarium aspect of it. So I like having many rainforests with animals cohabitating, and those are some of the few animals that can cohabitate with emeralds. So I want to get an emerald and a poison arrow dart frog giant vivarium, bioactive with the waterfalls and all the live plants and all that stuff. So
you're not gonna put frogs with your emeralds, are you?
I am. They're
No, you're not.
Can they not cohabitate?
Don't do that. No, dude. Okay, listen.
Educate me, bro, because all the things that I've read is that they can cohabitate.
No, bro, you're gonna get demolished if you put something like that up. I mean, listen.
People gonna demolish me anyway.
That's true. That's why it's like, but you just don't
educate me, bro. I need it.
Listen, like, I mean, okay. Emeralds thrive in the most simple setup. Like if you keep things simple, like meaning paper towels over substrate, like that is your substrate. If you just go paper towels, you're gonna or puppy pads. If you look at any experienced or long keeping emerald keeper, did I just say that right? Emerald keeper, yeah, or basins, whatever. They don't use substrate. They don't use any kind of substrates. They don't.
Even if I'm doing it for a display in the living room.
I mean, that's also what I'm going to think about. Hold on. If this is your pet, if this is just a one emerald,
one snake,
then you're okay. Because if things go wrong, which if you get mites, which you will, you'll get mites. Trust me.
Of course, every breeder has mites. If they don't, they're lying to you.
You don't want mites on an emerald. That's the thing. You don't want it. Treating mites on an emerald sucks. I'm telling you, it's not fun. But at the end of the day, to each their own, right? If you're prepared to having to go through gutting that enclosure out, fucking your frog's dying, shit just going bad, then that's you're taking on that responsibility. But when somebody is posting stuff in the Facebook and they're like, hey, I have 5 emeralds, or I'm looking to breed emeralds and I want to put them all in fucking live plant enclosures. Like they want a room full of enclosures full of live plants with emeralds living in, waterfalls and all that shit. I mean, that's when it's like, bro, like you realize how much work you're putting on your plate. Do you realize how much shit this is not going to be fun. Who has fun fucking taking care of all that shit? That's the way I see it. Other people see it that way, but a whole other side of people are like, I'm going to fucking put it in a live plant enclosure. I'm going to put it
again. That's why I haven't got into it, because I don't have the full knowledge on it. So that's why, like I say, I'm always down to be educated, because I feel there's no such thing as a dumb question. So if I don't know, I'm going to ask you. Just like then, from what the knowledge I gained, I thought it was okay to put poison arrow dart frogs with the boa, because they live in similar habitats and they're ones that I thought could cohabitate. But if someone who actually has knowledge on it says that's not a good thing to do, then I need to go back, retrace my steps, and figure out a different approach to what I want to do.
And what I need to do is understand that maybe the individual just doesn't know better. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when I see somebody asking shit like that, I fucking want to jump. I want to jump down their throat and be like, yo, like, what, how does that even make sense? But it's, how do you even know better? Like, yo, I come from somebody who put 2-3 ball pythons all in the same tank, and it was a glass tank. So I am nobody to even fucking say anything. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still to this day learning. But to answer your question, I wouldn't let you do that to yourself. But listen, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean it's impossible. I mean, I
gotta put the boa enclosure on top of the poison arrow dart frog enclosure and still have them separate and get the same effect.
Right, something like that. Exactly. I mean, regardless, you can have the vibe. You can have the vibe, bro. You know what's funny is, you know DK Dynasty dog, the guy, the Hulk. You know the guy who has that dog, the Hulk.
Yeah, he does the pit bulls. Yeah.
He inquired an emerald tree boa, and he has a pretty crazy setup. Like it's super like jungle theme, and I'm pretty sure in his stories he had an idea of putting more live shit in there, but he has such a big following. It's like, and I didn't even I didn't comment. I didn't say shit. I was just like,
that's when you just hit him up on the low, like, hey, bro, maybe not.
Those people don't look at their private DM, like, because you know when you hit somebody up on a DM and they don't follow you, it goes to another file where you have to go to the request. I guarantee that guy's request list
for sure.
Pages. So
did Miguel get a dog from him?
Yeah, he got it from because there's chapters, right? So that bloodline, Hulk's bloodline is in LA. So there's DK. There's DK9 in LA, and that's where Miguel got. Yeah, so basically, Hulk is like the great grandfather or grandfather to fucking God damn it, what's Jesse's dog's name? Sarge? No, that's JH's dog. No, God damn it, my bad, Jesse. I don't even think Jesse's even here right now. But either way, he that dog came from Hulk. Basically, that's a bloodline from Hulk, which is an amazing fucking. You could just tell that thing is amazing. It's beautiful.
Oh, for sure.
But listen, at the end of the day, bro, it's so awesome because as much as experience as you have, you're still like out here saying, "Look, educate me." You're still willing to get educated. Like, you know how many people? There's people who are 2 years into like into investigating on animals, and they think they're a fucking expert, and it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Those are other people I just can't stand.
Right. Yeah, I'm always down, man. I think being an educator, man, you can learn. Like, I learn from my students and my basketball players all the time. Like, I may be the adult, I may be the educator, but that doesn't mean I can't learn from somebody from a different situation. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I'm the type to not be afraid to ask questions. So if I don't know the answer, I'm gonna ask the question so I can be more knowledgeable on the situation. And if somebody makes fun of me or something, I go to the next person. Like, I'm not afraid of rejection. So, like, at Tinley, how I got all those pictures with everybody at Tinley and at the Toronto show, I just go up to people. Hey, can I take a picture? I saw you on social media. Some people say yes. Some people say no. But dude, that's how I introduce myself. Hey, let me get a picture. Bow, arm up, throw the deuces, whatever the case may be.
I got slept on this, and it's okay because I'm not really anybody who's like, I'm not going to say I'm somebody where you should know the shit I used to put out. But listen, I had one of the hardest intros, okay, from when I came out with my very first snake trap session episode. You guys can go check it out. But I literally had the fucking biggest names asking me what a snake trap is. Do you remember that one? Hey, MJ, what is a snake trap? What is a snake trap? I got Billy. And this is like, I never had any kind of like conversation. This is what got my conversation. But I asked Jay, I asked Brian Barczyk, I asked Ford. I asked fucking Billy, Justin Kabelka. They all fucking gave me a video of asking me, hey, MJ, what's a snake trap? And that's when I was like, dude, this hobby's fucking cool as shit. Like, you just got to.
People are cool, bro. You just put your name out there.
Just put yourself out there, and don't expect shit. People, like, I feel like they have expectations, and it's like, no, just fucking have fun, man. Just go with it. Meet people. Right. If it works out, it works out. Like, listen, there's people I just don't really get along with. I don't have nothing against them, but I just don't get along. Nothing personal. Let's just keep moving. Who cares? I mean, just that doesn't mean stop doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Right. I've had plenty of people who don't fuck with me, and they've told me, and it's okay. Like, dude, it's nothing personal.
I respect you, but I don't like you.
Right. I'm a hard person to like sometimes, and I'm okay with that.
You're my guy, bro. Like me, I'm an introvert. Like, I don't like people, but I have a people personality. So I'd much rather be alone and, with my select few people, but I have a personality where I can talk and chat with anyone about anything. So if we can have a conversation like this, like you're my type of person. Like, we can chop it up about anything, sports, snakes, music, like anything. Yeah. We can shoot the shit. But
that's what this guy is to me. He's my kind of.
Cusco's a good guy, man. I've met him a few times. I met him in Canada. He supported me, rocked my shirt on the little interview in Toronto, and every time I see him at Tinley, I thought he'd be taller though, but he's my guy.
He's Hawaiian, brah. He's from the island.
I got a few Hawaiian 6 foot friends, baby.
Yeah.
But no, Cusco's my guy, man. Cusco, Joel, Adam, Will at RCR, man, Billy,
all good
all
people,
wigs, man. They're all great people, man. Whenever I have a question, they don't hesitate to answer. They support me, like they rock my gear, and like I appreciate it, man. They're big names, but they're normal people. They just want to be treated as a normal person, bro.
Yep. And
like, they're celebrities in our hobby, but they're cool, normal people, man. I love it.
It's hard to even really see. Like, I don't even know what a celebrity is. Okay, a celebrity to me to this day is still fucking like a WWF superstar or
a rapper or some NBA player.
I never really have interaction with. The cool thing about social media, you interact with so many people, and like, not to take anything away, okay, like I think Miguel, me and him were talking about this when we were hanging out fucking the last time he was here, but he was like, he's tripping out because so many people he like used to love as a kid or looked up to, he has more followers than them now, and he thinks it's weird. But it's like, dude, you can't really look at followers as something that's really hype. I mean, there's respect, like, holy shit, you got 20 million followers. That's a lot of people. But is that really your legacy? Like, are you going to leave this earth saying, well, yeah, she had 20 million followers? Like, it's like, no, dude, like, what was your legacy in this what was your legacy in this earth? Like, what was your real purpose? And to me, man, I love all my followers. I love all my viewers. And it's just, but it's not what I do it for. You know what I mean? I do it because it's the quality of what I'm getting out of this, right? Like, it's the relationships I get with you. It's the people that you brought to your channel, like the Splash Pack, right? I didn't even know you put me on game with her.
You gotta check her out, bro. She got some fire over there, man. She's real low key, but she got some stuff that's gonna punch with the heavy hitters, man.
I love that. I love the low key stuff, man. And that's like, my mouth is too big to be low key, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that I don't share that I have going on in the background that I can't wait to share once it happens. Like, once it's like,
same boat.
You know what I mean, bro? And it's kind of like, and it's cool because I got other stuff going on to keep me busy and stuff and whatnot. But you got to keep yourself moving longevity wise, because that's what the hobby's all about. If you're in here for a short term, then fucking get in and get out. Get the fuck out of our way. You know what I mean? Right. Simple, because a lot of us that are in this game, like me and Reggie, we're in life. This shit's longevity.
I'm a lifer, baby. And another person that's real cool every time I see him is Levance from Street Fighter. Like, every time I see him, it's all love, man.
Yep.
It's all love.
Levance is somebody who I could say right now doesn't give a fuck about what your feelings are. He really
no fuck given.
He really knows what he knows in his heart. He knows what he's working with, and nobody knows but him about what's really going on with his projects. So that's why straight fire. He's probably so fired up with his shit. So more power to Levance. I hope, I've been talking to him, hopefully get him on the show soon. But this dude right here, man, I feel like he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. And everybody knows Levance, bro. They just know that this motherfucker is definitely a huge piece on the chessboard. You know what I mean? So, and it's like I said, man, it's just this hobby is all about marketing and really just networking and finding what person's out there that you could connect with. You know what I mean? Because
I have so much reptile family, bro. Like,
fuck yeah.
I can say I'm a lot happier with life that I've met from the people that I've met in the hobby. Like, I can actually talk to people about snakes and not feel like a weirdo, and somebody be like, huh? What's going on? Yeah. What are you talking about? Like, I can have we could talk for hours about snakes and not get tired about it, bro. Like, I love this hobby. Will Morrows, bro. Like, whenever I need him, he's there. Like, we have great conversations about snakes. He's always encouraging. Joel from State 48, bro. He's always encouraging me. Billy is always encouraging me. Like, all these people are encouraging me, and I'm just little old Reggie from Jackson, Michigan, who nobody knew about till Tinley.
You're Reggie Johnson with the most player fro in the hobby.
Only for the last 3 months, baby. Yeah. But no, man, I love this hobby, man. And there's, like you said, there's some people that you just don't get along with. But for the most part, man, I've had no issues with anybody. Like, big name, little name. I love it.
I don't see how anyone could have any issues with you, Reggie, because you just like you're a real upstanding dude, and you welcome anybody in, man. You're literally your goals, bro. I hope someday I could be as open arms as you. You feel me?
I appreciate. I just treat people how I want to be treated, because when I first got in the hobby, people looked at me like, no, I'm not gonna help you, or no, this, that, and the third. But like I said, I'm not afraid of rejection. So I introduce myself to people until somebody say, hey, we can be friends, something like that. So it's cool, man. I love it. And people are good in this hobby, man. You treat them right, they'll treat you right, man. And I know I got some brothers and sisters for life just out of this hobby alone.
Yep. That's I think the biggest, probably is the biggest reason why I'm so devoted to this podcast and whatnot, is because the people I know and the people I'm gaining information off of and giving me the time of day, bro, like by sharing it with everyone else, it's just literally going to give you guys the motivation it's giving me. And I can tell you right now, man, it's all who you know. and who I know you guys are gonna know because I'm putting them out here for you guys, and it's fucking, bro, it's inspiring, man. I mean, Reggie's story already is if it's not inspiring you as much as inspired me, then why else are you keep watching this shit? You know what I mean? Like we've had the most consistent watchers this entire time, so if we're, you know, people are wanting.
Like Anthony from Granddaddy Herps, I forgot his name. I don't know how, but I've been watching him for years, and he's been low key and out there at the same time, and he's putting out fire, man. Like he's one of the first people on YouTube to welcome me, and that's back when I was putting out videos of normals breeding spiders and stuff like that. So like I've people in this hobby I've known for years like that. Like I'm gonna go to the grave cool with. So
hey Reggie, I'm gonna use the restroom. Say what up to people in the comments for me real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, let's see here. I'm trash at looking at comments and all that, but how's everybody doing today? I'm appreciative to be able to be on this platform that MJ has allowed me to come on here and share my story, which some people knew, some people didn't know. If I'm looking at my phone right now. So let's see. What's up, GP? Ball Pythons 9. Just one more exotics. Granddaddy Herbs. Debbie. Arthur. Adam at Beach Bum. Elegant Anomalies. Elijah. Collins. What's up? Daryl at Apply Pressure Reptiles. Let's see here. Wiz Constrictors. What's up, baby? Levant. Secret City. Mutating Constrictors. Will. Splash Pack. Splash Pack is my ball python best friend. If you guys aren't following her, subscribe to her on Instagram or YouTube. Go do that. Dre from Kundalini Serpents. He got some fire stuff over there. He got the Axanthic Clown Project on lock, and he just picked up a couple nice females. Thunder Magnum, Small Town Exotics. Who else? Let me get through everybody. Darren, B&Z Exotics. What's up, everybody? Genomic Labs. I think I got everybody. Let's see. Anybody got any questions? What's my most anticipated clutch this year? So right now I got 2 het tri-stripe females that are due to, one's in the process of laying, like I said earlier. I think she's egg bound. And then her sister is due to lay in about 7 to 10 days. But I do have a pastel clown 100% het DG pos het hypo male and a triple het DG clown hypo, a pastel triple het female to go with him. So if she puts on 200-300 more grams, I could have a shot at triple visuals, but at minimum I could hit a super pastel DG clown. So that's probably my most anticipated clutch, but there's no guarantee that it'll happen this year. But if I can hit at least 1 tri-stripe from these 2 het tri-stripe females, my season will be complete. So that's probably my most anticipated clutch. We got Sloan Morphs. I'm probably gonna murder this. Emali Wise. Who else we got? We got D's Balls and Exotics. What's up? My Aunt Tiffany's on here. Family shout out. My auntie's on here.
What's up, Auntie?
Aunt Tiffany.
I love it when family comes in the building, bro.
Hey, and honestly, I wouldn't be here without my family, bro. They're a giant factor of my life. My mom, my grandma, my auntie, my daughter, my brothers and sisters, man, cousins, all of that. I mean, at first they were like, why are you spending $500, $600, $1,000 on snakes? But now that they see the dedication and the return investment from my hard work, now they're all for it. But definitely, man, my family's a giant part of where I am today.
And that right there, priceless. When you got family backing you up, man. See, not all my family understands why I do what I do, but the right ones do, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
All that matters, man.
And that's what matters. That's my drive right there. Shout out to my pops. My pops is up in the comments. You know what I mean? My sisters love what I do. My mom loves what I do. So that's what matters, man. Family, that's the drive, bro. We were talking about that before. Family's the foundation. Yeah. You build the dreams off the family you got. You know what I mean?
I'm doing it for my daughter, bro. And my daughter loves animals. Like, a lot of people won't say if their children get bit by snakes, but my daughter got bit by a baby ball python, and that's her favorite story. Like, Dad, it didn't hurt. It just scared me. The bite didn't hurt, but I love it. When's the next time I can hold another snake? So like my daughter's in here helping me clean. She loves the rats. She loves all the snakes. She wants to be in all the videos. She wants to cut the eggs. Like, I love it, man. So I can pass this hobby down to this business down to my daughter and know it's going to be in good hands.
I'll tell you who inspires me one of the most in the hobbies, who documents their daughter or their kid working with them in the snake room, and that's Brian Cusco, because his daughter T-Bro, man, she's taking bites to the face.
Loves it.
And she just loves, she's still like, I remember, I think after that bite, I think it took her like 2 months or something. I think Brian's not here, but it took a while for T to even hold a snake again, but she still wanted to be in that room. And that's when I'm like, man, if I see my kid doing that, that's when I know that's my kid. I'm like, this little kid won't stop, resilient, right? And so I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, for real. It's fucking can't stop, won't stop. So I just want to say I do appreciate you fucking, like I said, you were talking about single fathers earlier, and I know that's not easy, bro. But I just want to say, man, you know, having dads like you in this world is what's going to make your daughter's fucking life be very impactful, because she knows she had a pops that rode by her the entire way. So
I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. So not everyone has a father figure. Like myself, I didn't know my dad much, so I try to do everything I could so my daughter didn't feel the way I felt. So, and I love being a dad. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. Now, your daughter with the snakes, is she somebody who's right there next to you when you're cleaning them, or is she kind of like
all of it, bro? I got one video where she's holding, I think we did I did a breeder female video, and she's holding like a 3,000-gram snake struggling in the chair, and Dad, she's looking at me, but I got it. It's okay. So she's there the whole ride, man.
That's
my little mini me.
What's her favorite snake?
We have a black pastel lavender albino that she calls Ghost.
Damn. Good snake. That sounds fire. Is there anything you want to show us real quick? Is there any, I mean, would you got anything you just want to pop out?
I show this snake every single time somebody asks, because it's one of my favorites, and I got this girl from Ozzy.
Oh, okay, I want to see it.
I mean, you've probably already seen her, but she is a Mojave Spider Orange Dream Clown Pos Het Pied female. And the cool thing about her is she has a full stripe that starts at the back of her head and slowly fades all the way down her body till it disappears.
That is wild.
So hopefully she proves out Het Pied. So she's one of the cool ones. And then I got another one that was sold to me as a clown, a regular clown, but I don't think she's just a regular clown. But I picked this girl up, and somebody told me, or she was said to be just a regular clown, but
that looks like leopard or some shit in there.
Something, but she's one of my favorites. So I gotta prove her out, but until then, she's just a regular clown.
Never know what you're gonna get.
I mean, let me show one of the snakes. I just did a YouTube video on it. I just picked him up, and he might be a little grumpy. Just came in yesterday, but I got this little guy, a hypogenetic stripe.
Damn, that thing's fire.
So then the camera's not doing it justice, bro. He's the oldest. Huh?
I heard your G-stripe game's pretty heavy, dog.
Yeah, I got some G-stripes, man. I got some double het DG D-stripes. I got some
what?
In the process of making pastel leopard double het clown genetic stripes, and I'm getting inchy in there, so I'm trying to do a couple things, man, but I got a lot of low-key stuff. Well, not a lot. I got a few low-key projects over here that in the next couple years, if things pan out, I'll be all right.
So at this point in your career, or at this point of you collecting reptiles right now, who's one of your biggest inspirations?
It can't just be one, but like most people, Brian Barczyk started me off. I tuned in faithfully 6 o'clock every Wednesday to watch my my snake bites and all that. Him and Chewy getting bit and all that stuff. So
yeah.
And I remember one time I think the first clutch I ever had, I bought a sub-Saharan female from Outback Reptiles. She came in, grabbed it. She gave me 21 eggs off rip.
Wait,
Here
what,
I am.
what snake was this? What snake was this?
A Volta or a sub-Saharan female.
Okay.
She was 6,000 grams, 5 feet long, had 21 eggs in her.
6,000.
And this is back when I was a rookie, bro. So I had a 9-tub hatchling serpent, sea serpents rack, trying to fit 21 babies in there. And I called Brian and I was like, hey, what do I do? How much are these worth? How do I house them? I got 3 snakes a tub. Like, I know I'm a rookie, but help him. He spent about an hour on the phone with me and he helped me out, bro. And then I know Billy helps me out whenever I ask.
Crazy.
Will at RCR. Joel is a big supporter for me. Royal Highness, man. Austin. Who else? I look toward like Splash Pack. Like me and her talk every day about snakes. I know I'm forgetting people, and another thing is I am horrible with names. So if I don't know your name, please do not hate me. It takes me a good year to learn names. I'm trash with it. Who else? Let me think, man. Ozzy. Ozzy, he's one of my mentors. Justin, Chase. So Earl at Lone Star Reptiles, great friends with him. He's a great resource for me. A lot of people, man. I try to reach out to people, and the ones who feel like reaching out back to me, I keep in contact with.
Word. So, that's what's
yeah,
up.
those are a few, man. All the people that everybody knows, but I try to. I mean, they treat me like a human being, so I appreciate them because like I said, I'm nobody in the hobby. I'm just trying to make cool snakes.
But it's cool being treated like an actual human too. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
That's I feel like that's what's kind of rewarding and like, wow, they actually care. Even though I'm somebody with no record of anything close to what they have, they still want to like, you know, I'll never forget the day fucking Brian Barczyk responded to my DMs and I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, what the I just couldn't believe that. You know what I mean?
And wait for a minute. Like the first time Billy followed me back on Instagram, I was like,
yeah. That was crazy.
And you just talk to him, and he's just a regular person, and he treats you like a regular guy, and that's how he wants to be treated as well. He just happens to have this phenomenal collection with animals that I could only dream of producing.
Yeah.
So I love big names that are down to earth, man. That's just cool with me. I like it.
Things are always worth more in life when they're authentic. If you think about like an authentic signed baseball, like by Babe Ruth, right? That's real. That's authentic. It goes with somebody who's authentic. It goes with somebody else who's just giving you what's really on their mind, what's on their heart, because there's no masking behind it. Because there's people out there, no offense, who are afraid to just really speak their mind. They're really like timid, who's fucking what people are going to think about them. Because at the end of the day, maybe those people that you're worried about how they perceive you are people who are fucking giving you false intents to begin with. Maybe they're not being real with you. You know what I mean? And you're too worried about what they think. And I don't know. At the end of the day, man, I just know that no matter who it is on how they fucking think or feel about me has no effect on what I'm doing in life. And it's not going to stop me and the whole trap and all that shit. But I also want to make sure I never lose somebody's respect. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, people could fucking have whatever they want to think about you, right? But don't give them any reason at the end of the day, too, right? Because they're looking.
And another 2 more people that are always there and answer my questions: Kerry and Barrows from KB Reptiles. Bro, they've been real since I think I met them in 2018 at the October Tinley, and I think they put me on their vlog, and they gave me like my first real shout out, and they've been brothers and sisters to me ever since, man. For sure.
Yeah, man. The love is something that's like is what you take back with you in this hobby. And I can't wait. I can't wait to link with you at a show, bro. I mean, it's cool that you're not far from Michigan, or you're not far from Brian's place, right? You said
right. I'm an hour for 45 minutes from Brian, but I got family in California.
Where?
And where he's in Orange County.
Okay. So I'm like about an hour and a half from Orange County, if that, probably an hour.
I'm definitely gonna get out there once this COVID is over, and I already plan to go to all the big shows in Cali, and then I'm trying to get down to Arlington, and like this year was supposed to be my year to travel.
Oh my God,
bro! And then Corona screwed me, bro. I was supposed to go to Arlington. I was supposed to go to the Atlanta Repticon. I was supposed to be in California. Like I was supposed to go to White Plains, New York. I was supposed to be in Toronto. Like
you saw what happened. You saw this shit happen to me the day I fucking landed in Tinley. The day I landed in Tinley, it happened.
Bro, I was on my way driving to Tinley, like 2 hours away, and it was like it's canceled.
Bro,
I flipped that U-turn and went straight back to the crib.
And I was supposed to spend about 2 days over at the farm with Desiree and fucking Steven. I've never even met Desiree before, and we're like really, really good friends. But I didn't get to meet her. I didn't get to meet Lars. I didn't get to go spend my time at the fucking at Rep Tech with checking all that out. And in all due time, it's gonna happen. But it should already happen by now. I should have Arlington done. I should have all this crazy shit done, bro.
I got invited to so many facilities that like I watch every day on YouTube, and it's like I used to watch Billy on YouTube every day, and then actually being in the facility, it's like it's a whole nother experience because it's bigger than you think it is, and then he got animals that he doesn't show on YouTube. So when you go to the facility, you're like, holy shit, I didn't even know this existed, and you got 2 of them breeder-sized females tucked away right here. So it's pretty legit, man. This will be my year to travel, but 2021,
we're good.
Roll it over. It's there. I got my money saved. I'm ready to travel.
We're good. We're gonna do some things, bro. We're gonna link up. I can't wait.
I left one person out. Paul Miner at Urban Constrictors. That's my guy.
Constrictors. All right.
And Gavin at Balls to You.
Gavin's. Oh man, that's another. Gavin was like a Brian Barczyk to me in the beginning because I would watch Brian Barczyk videos and then Balls to Use and then who else videos, and then this is like before I started watching Miguel's videos because I came in 2018, like late, no, like kind of like the almost springtime 2018 is when I came into the hobby, and but even before, like, and when I say come into the hobby, I say I unprivate my Instagram. Like I actually started posting snakes. That's when I put myself out there, right? Because for a long time, well, not a long time, but for about 2 months, I was posting shit. I was buying I bought an albino, I bought a pied, and I was posting stuff, and I was getting like 2 likes, and I only had like 150 followers, but it was all music people, it was all DJs and shit, right? And I was like, dude. I was like, what the fuck's up with Instagram? Almost gave up because I was like, I'm not getting any fucking likes. And then shout out to Chris Cercery, but Chris Cercery over at Ball Pythons 101, he was like, hey bro, have you ever thought about taking your account off private? And I was like, what does that do? And as soon as I did that, bro, the whole fucking floodgates open, bro. And then also I started seeing more accounts, and I was just like, dude, I couldn't, and to this day, I just can't get off my phone. I just can't get off my fucking phone because
and it's like attached. Like my phone is right here. It's like here
off my phone because, back then it was because I was, it was all brand new shit. But then now it's like I still see brand new shit, but then I'm also talking to somebody that could lead to either a sick ass snake I want to get or a snake they want to buy from me, or it's just all like it's business, baby.
Right at the tip of your finger, bro.
It's trap business all the time. I'm telling you, 24 hours trap business, and my wife gets it, but I also have to make sure that I'm like, all right, phone's down at a certain time, bro. My phone is. I give it to her. I say, all right, take my phone. We're good. Now you got.
You gotta find a happy balance for sure.
Yeah, man.
I could be on my phone 24 hours a day if I had to.
Yep. So, but that's just the kind of drive and thing that it brings to you in this, because I mean, fuck, bro. I just I don't know, man. It just everything just started growing when it came to just like not caring about what the fuck I was doing other than what I was doing at that point, which was snakes. And I like when I was doing music and shit, it was all about my image. I cared about the music I was playing and people not knowing what the music I was playing, and it was more of a private thing. But when in the hobby, it's not about that. You share everything, and the more you share, the more people you connect with, and it helps you fucking grow. So it really flipped me, bro, because now I came from being like this fucking this guy who just wants to like harbor information and not really make relationships to now it's the other way around. Now I'm collecting information and just like spreading it like fucking wildfire. You know what I mean? And it's having a great positive. It's awesome in return because all it's doing is it's building the network for all of us to grow. And then it's also putting amazing people like you out there on a platform where people should fucking know who you are, bro. I'm telling you, you're I don't know. Let's just be honest. You're not too heavy on the stories with your face. Like, you know what I mean? You know how like I am, right? What I mean? I'm very loud and you know what I mean? And that's kind of like some people are like that.
That's what we like about you, bro. Like you speak out, you say what you want to say when you want to say it, and don't give a fuck who like it or not. So you see, I look at every time you post something on your story, I make sure I go watch it because I don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, I make sure whatever it is, I try to do it in the most positive way possible because that's what matters to me. And if I have a rants could still be positive even if they come off like energetic and stuff like that. Let me finish the rant. Let me hear me out first. Yeah, hear me out first. But at the end of the day, man, not enough people speak up. Not enough people fucking call shit out. And even if it's kind of like, listen, why are you even bothering with that? Well, because at the end of the day, it should not slide. Some things just should not slide. And a lot of people are like, why'd you put your energy into that? Well, I feel like my energy is still on point, even though I've said it. Like I'm still energetic.
Care about who likes them, and I don't care. You don't care. Billy doesn't care. Yeah. Miguel doesn't care. Yet the people who are supposed to be around us are still here. So the bad apples weed themselves out.
They do. Day by day, they do.
Yep, for sure.
Man, Reggie, this has been a solid fucking 2 hours. I do have a couple wrap-up questions for you. Now, one of my wrap-up questions is, do you ever see yourself ever like, I mean, I don't know, sky's the limit to me all the time, right? So as much as you loved working with fucking tigers and all that shit, do you see that ever being a part of your life again?
Almost definitely. I told myself once my daughter becomes of old enough age to where she can like watch herself pretty much, so 15, 16, I would try and get back into it if she wanted me to. If not, I would wait till she goes to college. But there's very few places I would work at because the experience I had at Joe's place, he allowed me to be myself and work and learn with the animals. And a lot of places try to control you and all that. So I definitely do want to get back into it. And I've been actually looking into opening my own educational facility here in Michigan or wherever I decide to call home permanently. I do want to do educational seminars for children. So I want to incorporate that so they can learn. And so learning can be fun because not every, like me, I didn't really care for school because it was boring. But if I can make education fun for students and kids that want to learn about it so they're more excited about school, and I can do that using animals because I have the ability to get animals a lot of people can't get. And if I can help kids that way. So I do want to get back into my big cats and my tigers and all that. And I am USDA licensed, so I am able to do that. So eventually I'm gonna get back into it. Where is it at? The lion right here is gonna be, I'm gonna have YouTube videos of the big cats again. So yes, sir. That's the plan, bro.
Listen, I don't want nothing in return as far as you coming on the show. You're my boy. I wanted you to come on here. But do your boy a favor, because listen, at the end of the day, you're the closest motherfucker I have as a homie who's this close to a tiger and lion.
We're gonna get you that tiger petting, bro. We're gonna get you a picture of the tigers, bro. I got you.
Man, that right there. If you want to see a grown man kind of just tear up a little bit, then that's that.
Hey, real man cry, brother. I
tell you, bro. That's other than a dinosaur, that's the biggest thing I would ever want to be close to in life. You know what I mean?
So I saw a study done. There's a university that just genetically transfused a chicken egg with a dinosaur embryo. So they're trying to recreate Jurassic Park, and I think we got 5 movies on why we should not do that. So they're trying to bring back dinosaurs. I know they're in the process of bringing back the woolly mammoth right now. They've impregnated a female African elephant with the sperm and an egg from frozen woolly mammoth. So we're in the process of that. But I'm not gonna get started on that because I'm a book of useless animal facts because I can talk all that for days.
But that's facts right there. That's not cap that you're saying that's really happening somewhere.
It's really happening right now. They've been in the process of genetic modification from frozen and extinct animals for the last 10, 15 years. They're just now coming out with it in the public.
Can you tell me more?
So like,
come on.
There's been a study done in China. Like they've successfully hybrid a person with a pig. Like not visually, but the DNA is sustainable inside of a person. They're doing it with monkeys and all types of stuff, man. So they're on the process of successfully sustaining clones longer than the age of the tissue donated. So like a lot of clones, once they're cloned, if the animal's 10 years old, the DNA genetic makeup only lasts for that 10 years. So now they're able to modify clones and have them live past the date of the animal that the sample was taken from. So it's a lot of crazy stuff out here going on that people don't know about, but that's the type of stuff I love.
Am I super ripped, or is this fool really talking about some wild shit about some woolly mammoths being born back on Earth?
Oh no, they're trying to recreate Jurassic Park for real, but they have problems with people captively breeding tigers, even though there's only 1% of their natural habitat in the wild. And everyone says, let the tigers go in the wild. There is no wild left.
Yeah, they're fucked.
We're going to keep the species sustained for the next 10 to 15 years is through captive breeding and conservation efforts, because humans are taking all of their natural habitat and they cannot survive and sustain in the wild, because if they're in the wild, they get shot by poachers because they're in the middle of a city. So captive breeding with the proper people, because I will say everyone should not be allowed to have exotic animals. But
period.
The people that are doing it right need to be supported and continued. And PETA is trash, bro. PETA is one of the largest animal killers in the world, and do not donate to them because they will kill your cat, your dog, your goldfish, your snake.
I got a code name for PETA, Hillary Clinton.
For so
evil ass shit, just devil ass, evil ass, death, innocent people. Just it's not good. Fuck PETA, bro. PETA's gonna destroy us.
Bro, PETA's been trying to destroy us for a long. They don't want anybody to own any animal, like period. Whether it be a goldfish, a dog, a cat, they put down millions of animals every year.
That don't make sense.
But what do I know? I'm just a snake breeder.
But listen, bro, it even comes down to like not everyone should be breeding snakes. Like, look at the fucking idiot. Look at the fucking idiots getting bit by snakes and putting it out there on fucking social media.
That one lady that got wrapped up. I always say this. It's the 10% that make the 90% look bad.
How did you not see that snake was hungry? That snake was so fucking. It was so tuned in, and she's just like, she's like this. Oh my god! Oh,
give me a kiss.
Oh, and this dumb bitch, she was probably so high off meth, bro. That's the thing. All these people are so high off their minds. They're not even right humans, bro. And they're fucking with animals. The poor innocent animal, man. And the animals look like the monsters, you know?
Exactly. So I mean, like going back to Joe, I don't know the young lady personally who got her hand bit off, but the whole time she's saying it's not the animal's fault. Yeah. I didn't follow protocol, and the cat was the cat. I didn't recognize the mannerisms. I wasn't supposed to reach through the gate to pull it shut. I was supposed to put the animal in the catch pen, then close the gate. It was my mistake. But everyone's like, oh no, the tiger's vicious, the tiger's this and that. No, a tiger is a tiger, and the human did not follow proper training and protocol, what they were supposed to do to keep them and the animal safe.
And all it takes is one fucking little mistake, man. Like, and it depending on what you're working on, the mistake could be a small one or a huge one. Like I said, the worst bite I had was my pinky, and I fucked up. I got nerve damage, and that bite could have went a lot worse. Like I fucking, this was a 12-foot.
Like the pinky could be gone.
Yeah, but I knew what to do when you get bit by a big snake. You just sit there, like you don't fucking, you don't use your hand away. You let the fucker wrap. there's a corner of the cob trip, which I learned from Garrett Hartle, fucking where you bite on the end of the tail. That actually did work. I did that once. But there's also, a lot of times they realize you're not food and they let go for the most part, right? But either way, I signed myself up for that. And I had fucking food on my hand. Like, I knew that was me. And you fuck with a tiger, man. You fuck with a mammal like that. Come on, man. You should be happy to have your life.
For sure. Mac Joe's been attacked many times, but again, we willingly put ourselves knowing what could happen. Every time I walked in a giant carnivore's cage, I understood that could possibly be my last time in the cage. But also, before I go in that enclosure, I'm looking at the animal. Does this animal look pissed off? Did we feed this animal already? Is this animal having a fight with another animal? Am I going to aggravate this animal? Is he pacing back and forth? If so, I'm staying my black ass out the cage. I don't got no business being in there. So if you do what you're trained to do, then you can avoid issues most of the time. Not all the time, but for the most part, if you respect the animal and do what you're trained to do, then bad things won't happen.
Yeah, but you understand, bad things eventually are going to happen.
They will happen, even if you do what you're supposed to do. But if you take the proper precautions, 9 times out of 10, you're putting yourself in a position for success, not failure.
Yeah, 100%, man. Fuck, man. Great episode, Reggie. You the shit, bro. You got the trap support 100%. I'll tell you that right now. And I can tell you everyone watching is supporting you. You got a ton of support.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in, man. I know I'm not a big name or anything, but I do appreciate the support. I think we got up to like 90 at one point, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 90 more people than I thought would tune in to see me. I know they're going to tune in to see you, but I didn't think they would tune in like that. So everyone who showed up and commented, I want to say thank you. And if you don't follow me on Instagram or not subscribed on YouTube, please do. And I'll return the favor.
You sure will, man. And make sure you don't sleep on Reggie. I'm telling you right now, man, this guy is doing big things. And at the end of the day, he's really out here to support all of us. He's a real one. And Reggie, you being on this show means a lot to me, and I appreciate your time. We'll be in touch. And good show, bro. Hella.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. Everyone have a good night. Stay safe and stay blessed.
All right, man. God bless, bro. I'll talk to you.
You too.
See you, man. Reggie Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck yeah. Fuck. I always liked Reggie, man. Reggie was somebody I just knew his character and whatnot, and I always had a way of thinking, fuck, man, dude has to come on the show. I'm glad he came on the show. Yeah, he's one of my trap salute of the weeks too. So that's tight. I think I mentioned that already. This is the first time I've had an episode where I brought one of my trap salute of the weeks on. So what an honor, man. This was great. Shout out to everyone in the comments. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, man. You guys are amazing. All the support, all the love. Yeah, you guys are fucking sick, man. I appreciate all the love you showed Reggie. I'm telling you right now, that right there means a lot to me, because he's definitely an unsung hero in the hobby. His support is more than I've seen from most people in this hobby, and people who support. But this guy right here really has love for motherfuckers, and he gives everybody the time of day. Something I should learn. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, man. This is great. I can't wait for next week. Next week's gonna be sick as hell. I got a fucking sick ass guest lined up. And the week after that, So we're in summertime, man. Summer's in full effect right now. It's just about to be hot. So yeah, make sure you guys do me a favor, okay? If you guys enjoyed the episode with Reggie, do me a favor, like it, shoot me a comment. Before you leave, just get over and just say a comment. Hey, MJ, this was pretty good. MJ, this is pretty fair. MJ, this is pretty fucking whack. Whatever, man. Give me a comment. Give me some sort of tips. Whatever you guys want to do, give me a comment. That'd be great, man. And also, like I said, subscribe to the channel, please. If you support this anyway, subscribe. It's very easy. It's a red button right there. And then if you hit that bell, the notification bell, you'll never get slept on when it comes to interviews that I go live with. Okay? I'm telling you, you never know who I'm going to bring on to the channel. You never know. Special guests might pop up. And speaking of special guests and private interviews and all this low-key shit, make sure you join my Patreon page, man. If you really want more trap stuff and you really want more behind the scenes and you want to know what's really going on with MJ and all the fucking shit that's about to come out and other stuff, private Q&As and whatnot, join my join my Patreon page. The link in the description below, man. There's a few different levels that you can join. But all of it's good stuff, man. I'm building a fucking tight family over there. And it's gonna be really, really awesome to see where I go with this shit. But again, man, you guys are all amazing people. Yes, real quick. Okay, so I think you asked me on the other episode, but yes, man, Unfiltered Reptile Podcast is still going. We are still driving. We still got a list of guests that we want to bring on. We just had a couple breaks we had to take in the last 2 weeks. Desiree's in South Dakota. One weekend it was Cushington's birthday, so we had to just kind of like take a break off a couple episodes or a couple weekends. But yeah, man, don't even trip. We got somebody lined up that's heavy as fuck this weekend. It's gonna be sick. I just haven't decided if I should drop on a Saturday because we do our recorded live sessions, which is private Fridays, right? I'm even thinking about dropping it that Friday night, which I don't know how effective that would be. I might drop it Saturday morning, might drop it Sunday morning, might drop it Monday morning. I don't know. You guys tell me what day of the week would be good for me to drop it, and I'll figure it out. But I think this week I might drop it on Saturday. Be ready for Saturday morning.